The real This One's Wife. Hello, I'm hgtudor. Narcissists are chameleons, shaping themselves to portray themselves in a particular way for the purposes of the pursuit of the prime aims. It's done in order to cause the narcissist to fit in. It's done for the purposes of mirroring. It's done to enable people to think, this person's like me, thus making them easier to control and easier to draw fuel from. The narcissist is invariably involved in portraying different images to different people. The corporate raider at work, the family man at home, the jovial raconteur with the friends, the sporting jock, the keen gardener, the reassuring and patient friend. Lots of different guises dependent upon the subschool of narcissism and, of course, the circumstances. It also lends itself to shifting from image to image in a public persona. We've seen this with This One's Wife as she struggles to make herself relevant. One moment she's a philanthropist, then she is a political beast. Next, she's back at the charity work, then she's a content creator. Then she's a producer of programs. Then she's a podcaster. Then she's a fashion icon. Then she is a celebrity. We've seen repeated reinventions by This One's Wife as a combination of advice from her new agency and the demands of her narcissism, she's repeatedly sought to find some kind of role which enables her to continue to control as many people as possible, draw lots of fuel from them, and of course access those all-important character traits and residual benefits. I think we're on to the 23rd reinvention of what she is at the moment, and it appears that there's going to be another one. As per GB News and an article by Svar Nanan Sen, This One's Wife considering intimate peek behind palace walls in new project. The Duchess of Sussex is considering revealing more of the real This One's Wife. Well, if that were the case, it would be a programme about narcissism, but we all know that's not going to happen. We all know that it's not actually going to show how she seduces men, uses them, devalues them, and then disengages from them. It's not going to show the way that she seduces, in a non-intimate way, friends, uses them, and then shelves them or disengages from them. It's not going to show the way that she uses her family and then turns on them, either shelving them or disengaging from them. All of those various dynamics are not going to be shown. If they were, it would be far more interesting and an excellent programme. Perhaps someday I ought to make something of that nature. But GB News tells us This One's Wife is considering giving an intimate peek behind palace walls as part of her latest project, a source has claimed. Is there anything more to show, or is this just future faking? The Duchess of Sussex is known to be currently working on multiple projects. Well, if you say so. This One's Wife and her husband Prince Harry have a lucrative contract with Shitflix, which they signed in 2020. The Sussexes are under pressure to produce successful content for Netflix after being dropped by Spotify earlier this year after This One's Wife's Archetypes podcast left executives underwhelmed. The Duchess of Sussex is considering revealing more of the real Harry's wife in a new project, an insider has claimed. According to the Mirror, a source told Woman magazine, she realises that the public wants an intimate peek behind palace walls, and while she will always guard her privacy, her new projects will reveal more of the real This One's Wife. Well, so far, they just keep repeating that it's going to reveal more of the real This One's Wife without actually telling us what that is. I can't imagine for one instance it's going to show her bullying staff at Buckingham Palace, or showing her slamming doors in the face of Catherine, Princess of Wales, making her cry, or showing her bullying Princess Charlotte, because purportedly that's the real Harry's wife that took place behind the palace walls. Instead, if there is anything, and of course this may well just be blatant future faking on her part, it's more likely to be found within the realms of her promising all of this, and then, if she actually does happen to deliver, not something that she's known for, that what she would be delivering is more victimhood. This is when they were mean to me. This is when they were nasty to me. This is when they didn't do what I wanted. This is when they obstructed my plan to conquer the institution and turn it into my own personal project. More whinge, whine, victim. If that's all she's going to be able to offer, people are not going to be interested. They've had their fill of that kind of behaviour already. In July, the article continues, it was reported that work on the Sussex's Netflix projects had been halted due to the Hollywood writers' strike affecting production. A source close to the couple told The Telegraph that it was proving tough for the couple to move forward with their concepts due to the strike. I'd have thought it was proving tough for them to move forward with their concepts as a consequence of them being lazy and having no imaginations. This one's wife and Harry are collaborating on a new show which is inspired by Charles Dickens' Great Expectation that will be titled Bad Manners. Well, that's certainly something she would know about in the way that she elbows her way in front of people, talks over people, interrupts her husband, takes over when her husband's talking to people. So Bad Manners may well be apt. I don't suspect it's going to include the British band with Buster Bloodvessel. Additionally, the Duke of Sussex is planning to return to Africa as part of a new documentary, and no doubt when he gets there he'll issue a sigh of relief as large as the one that he issued in the back of the car that drove him away from St George's Chapel after his grandmother's funeral. The couple, alongside Netflix, also secured rights to Meet Me at the Lake, a romantic novel written by Carly Fortune. The best-selling book presents the love story of a couple in their 30s, which explores themes of mental health, postnatal depression, the childhood trauma of losing a parent in a car crash. Netflix and the Sussexes shelled out around £3 million to secure the rights to the novel. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex's self-titled docu-series, Harry and This One's Wife, broke streaming records as it became the biggest Netflix documentary debut, with a total of 81.6 million hours watched on its first 4 days of release in December 2022. However, Prince Harry's Heart of Invictus, which was released in August 2023, has not seen the same success, and This One's Wife's animated series, Pearl, was shelved by the streamer due to cutbacks. Make of it what you will. Is there something in the pipeline? Or is this simply more tittle-tattle that has been released by her agency so that it's reported on, so that she remains being spoken about, thus garnering fuel? And if it is something that's going to happen, you can expect that it's not going to provide you with anything new, but it'll be the same old stuck record of her complaining about her treatment. This woman, who has no imagination, no talent and no charisma, can only do one thing when it comes to the royal family: complain about them and the way that she has perceived her treatment. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.